What's up again, everybody? I did not expect to be making one of these videos this early because we are still a few weeks away from the card reveal season, but Flesh and Blood Database, wow, I said that horribly, Flesh and Blood Database, or fabdb.com, which is a pretty cool website for like making decks and sharing decks within the Flesh and Blood universe, got a couple of card spoilers and posted those extra early a few days ago. So if you have not seen those, or if you want to talk a little bit more about those, feel free to check this out. So let's look at both of them. The first card that they spoiled is this one. This is Ravenous Rabble. This is the red variant, so I'm going to assume that obviously this is going to come in all three. It's a generic action attack. It blocks for 2. It costs nothing to play it, which is super important to note, and it attacks for 5. And it says, reveal the top card of your deck. Ravenous Rabble gets -X attack, where X is the pitch value of the card revealed this way. The pitch value is located in the top left corner. I like that parenthetical text there because sometimes you can look at a card like this, or even just like any card from the first set and go, huh, is it talking about the resource cost in the top right or the pitch value in the top left? Because they used iconography to show that in the first set. So at least this is giving you a parenthetical text to double check, hey, that's what we're using, so make sure you use that. Oh, and I also should say this has Go Again, which is also very good. So is this card good? Short answer, yes. Long answer, why? Well, let's say that you're playing this in, and I can only use the the previous archetypes or the previous heroes and classes that we've seen, because we haven't seen anything except like the 1 Voltic Bolt for Wizard from this new set. So if we're talking about like a deck like Guardian or a class like Guardian, if you play Guardian and you try to put this in there, well, this for example, the red one pitches for 1, which is terrible in Guardian. You don't have to pitch anything to play this, which generally you want to pitch stuff in Guardian that is like 3 or 2, or you're going to be doing that anyway, maybe not necessarily want to. So it doesn't have synergy there. And then on top of that, when you play this and reveal a card, like for example, a blue, which is pitch 3, you're giving this -3 attack, so you're attacking for 2. So in other words, it's terrible in a class like Guardian that's looking to just hit for a bunch of damage. It's not looking to play something like that deals a little bit of damage for nothing, right? You don't care about paying resources if you have all these ways to get resources. But in a class like Ninja, which is looking to play cheap things, is looking to trigger things like Flock of the Featherwalkers, which this does, is looking to play cards that have Go Again, is looking to pitch things that cost 0 so that you can use the Kodachi, and is running a ton of cards that don't have pitch value, like high pitch values, right? Like 1 pitch or 2 pitches. This is a great card, right? Because let's say, you're playing this in a go wide sort of ninja, and you play it, and oh darn, you hit the the 1 blue card in your entire deck, if you even put blue cards in your go wide ninja. You hit the 1 blue card. Oh man, you're still attacking for 2 for nothing and going again. Like, that's still not that bad. Best case scenario, you reveal the top card of your deck after playing this, not having to pitch anything. You reveal that it is a 0 cost, a 1 pitch card. So like it's pitching another red thing, right? You see red. Oh yeah, you're attacking for 4. You have Go Again, and this cost you nothing. Not to mention all of the other synergies built into that deck. This is literally a perfect card for like a go-wide style ninja, which, again, is my favorite archetype. And we could see this being a great card in one of the upcoming archetypes as well, depending on how things like Ranger, or maybe, I don't know, maybe even Alchemist has some synergies with this. Maybe Necromancer, but probably not, because I could see them going a different sort of route for that archetype in that class. But this could also have a lot of utility in something like a Ranger if they decide to go for like small attacks for Ranger. But it's cool also to see that they have considered continuing design for previous set cards, right? This is not going to be a self-contained set where the cards are really, really, tuned towards these new classes. Here's a generic card that I would say is very well tuned for a set 1 class in Ninja. And I personally was really hoping they would do that. And it looks like, at least from this 1 card sample size, that they are. So good on them for doing that. Let's look at the second card that FabDB released. And it is also a really, really cool card. This is Bracers of Belief. This is another thing I wanted to see them do, is create generic equipment that makes you consider, do I want to run this one or do I want to run something else? I think the more cards you get in the game, the more decisions you have to make when you're deck building and the more variants you can run up against. This person's obviously playing Bracers of Belief, but then the next person might be playing something else, right? So what does this one do? It's a generic equipment arms. It blocks for 0, so it does not have a defense thing. It has action that says action destroy Bracers of Belief, reveal the top card of your deck. And if you do, I don't know why it says if you do, but the next action attack card you play this turn gains plus X attack, where X is 3 minus the pitch value of the card revealed this way. Then it obviously has go again. So what does this do? Well, you break the Bracers of Belief, you reveal the top card of your deck, and then you take the number 3 and you subtract the pitch value of the card you just revealed. So if you revealed a 1 pitch card, then 3 minus 1 is 2. You give whatever your next action attack is plus 2. You reveal a yellow card, a pitch cost 2 card. Well, then 3 minus 2 is 1. So the next attack that you're pushing with, an action attack, is going to attack for plus 1. If you reveal a 3 pitch card, a blue card, then you've broken the Bracers of Belief for nothing. Okay, because obviously that is pitching for 3. You're giving this a buff of 3, but 3 minus 3 is 0, so you've broken it for nothing, right? So what does this encourage? Well, just like the previous card, this encourages you to play this in something like a go wide ninja class, I'll say it again, or a class that's looking to play a bunch of things you don't have to pitch a lot for. So like a lot of reds and a lot of yellows. I mean, you could maybe even argue that this might fit into like a brute class if you're not running a bunch of blue brute cards, right? You could argue that might make some sense. Would it fit into something like a warrior deck? I don't know. It doesn't seem as utilitarian in a warrior deck, though you are trying to stack buffs on action attacks, but you're oftentimes pushing with the weapon there as well. So it doesn't make as much sense there. I could see this mostly in something like a ninja, where you're trying to reveal things from your deck because you know they're going to be low pitch counts, because you don't need to pitch stuff for ninja or high amounts of like blues, that sort of stuff. So this makes a ton of sense in one of those decks as well. It's kind of cool that they gave 2 cards, that they were able to reveal 2 cards that both sort of did similar stuff. I kind of like that. So these 2 cards are really, really cool in my opinion. I am super looking forward to more of these cards from this set, to see how they've further designed the set and to see where the game is going. I think that's the most important thing. So what do you think about these 2 cards? Are you a fan of both of them? Let me know what you think about the upcoming set, and tell me which of the 4 new heroes you're most excited for. Leave me a comment and I may even feature it in the next video. If you would like to support the channel, feel free to hop into the Discord and the link in the description. Feel free to check out the Patreon, which are the names that I'm scrolling down there at the bottom. If you want to have your name added to the Patreon, hop over to Patreon and feel free to become a patron of the Patreon. That's a weird way to say that, but there it is. I want to say thank you for those who are watching. Thank you if you tuned in for the first time or if you've tuned in for the 470th time. I appreciate you no matter what. You are loved and supported here at this channel. There's always going to be a place for you, and don't forget it. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.